Hello everyone, I welcome you to Exports, and today I'm going to talk about a non-fiction book which is about creative living. I'm talking about Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. I read this book 2 months ago and it's my first book on creativity. This book will help you if you do anything related to creativity like writing, dancing, singing, painting, photography, filmmaking and so on, and want to make it your career. This book will give you the courage for creative living and help you show the world what you create. Okay, I'm using the term creative living too many times, so let me first tell you what does it mean. Gilbert says universe buries strange jewels deep within us and then stands back to see if we can find them. The hunt to uncover those jewels is creative living. In other words, creative living is using your creativity to create something that fills your life with colors and gives you fun and purpose. And it's an interesting way to live your life. In this video, I would share 3 lessons from the book Big Magic that I found extremely valuable. So, let's get started. The first lesson is be comfortable with fear. Fear and creativity have some strange relations. Wherever creativity goes, fear follows. Suppose you want to be a writer and have written a story, but you are not publishing it just because you fear people will criticize you, laugh at your work, misunderstand you, and worse, people will not take your work seriously. You fear that your family and friends who are important may think wrong about you and ignore you. You fear your co-workers will laugh at your work and make fun of you for the rest of your life. We are so obsessed with what others will think that we don't try anything new and keep our work to ourselves. There's a famous quote by Anne Landers which says, "At age 20, we worry about what others think of us. At age 40, we don't care what they think of us. And at age 60, we discover they have not been thinking of us at all." So when we get old, we realize nobody was thinking about us, and that's the time we regret and think, if only we had some courage to put our work out to the world, things would have been different today. And it's not only about writing, it includes all the work that needs creativity. Fear always follows creativity. It happens because creative work tends to be uncertain, and you know how much we humans fear uncertainty. Gilbert says that creative living should not be affected by fear but curiosity. You need to be curious enough to try new things and learn from them. British writer and speaker Alan Wilson Watts says, "By replacing fear of the unknown with curiosity, we open ourselves up to an infinite stream of possibility," which means your curiosity should be greater than your fear. And you can't completely get rid of fear because it's natural. So the only thing you have to do is be comfortable with fear. Understand that it's okay to be afraid. Then follow your curiosity and bring your creation out to the world. The second lesson is it takes time. While living a creative life, people think they will quickly get results and be successful artists. Well, it's not the thinking that creates the problem, but they firmly believe it. And when it does not happen, they get broken and give up. It sometimes happens when you take your art very seriously. For example, when you have written a book with all your effort and creativity, you tend to have many expectations from the book. But when publishers reject it, not only one publisher, but many, you are bound to feel frustrated. Gilbert says that frustration is common in creative living and you must learn to handle your emotions. Not taking your art very seriously will help you be flexible and accept everything that happens. And some of us think that passion means only loving the work. Well, passion is loving the work, but that's not the complete definition. I'm greatly inspired by Jürgen Moltmann, a German Reformed theologian who said, "Passion is loving something enough to suffer for it." I liked a part where the book contained what Seamus Heaney said about how creative living works. He said that for an aspiring poet, writing poems is like dipping a bucket halfway down a well, which brings nothing but air. This makes them frustrated and hopeless. But when they continue to do it for years, the same chain becomes unexpectedly long and they have dipped into water that continue to entice them. So, the second lesson is it takes time. The third lesson is outcome does not matter. Gilbert says that there are many people who fail at living a creative life because they worry about the outcome. What if I publish my book and it does not get sold? What if I sing a song and people don't love it? What if I paint with all my effort but I don't be a great painter? What is the worth of all this hard work then? Well, living a creative life should be independent of the outcome. Whether your book gets sold or not is not in your control, but writing it and putting it out to the world is entirely in your control. So all you can do is trust your process and what you have created. Your creation does not have to be entirely original. You can get inspired by others' works. Your creation does not have to be important as it's arts, and certainly it's not going to save the world. And don't take your creation very seriously. Let it perform as it performs. The thing here is that you have to love your work enough that failure and success don't matter. Whether people like it or not, it does not matter. The only thing that should matter is what you learned in the process of creating it, how the work transformed you, how much experience you got, and ultimately how much fun it was. So these were the 3 lessons from the book Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. I hope you found it valuable. If you want to live a creative life, you must read Big Magic because it will be very helpful. The book contains many real life incidents from the life of author and many others which will clear your doubts about creative living. I liked author's writing style and her way of sharing lessons through storytelling, which you would also enjoy. So that's all about it. Thanks for watching. Meet you in the next video. Till then, bye bye and take care.